RPL TV, what's going on? It's your host, Richie Ray, episode 6, and I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share this episode with somebody, and also, every month we're dropping a song the 1st and the 15th. Yes, I'm dropping a single. I mention it every show. I just want to give you guys a catalog of music, so if you're wondering why I'm dropping consistently so much, I have like 20 songs just tucked somewhere. I'm not a believer of holding my music, so there you go, 1st and the 15th. Stay tuned in. But on this special episode, episode 6, I'm blessed to have someone here that I met through many different things, from dancing to doing hair to modeling and even real estate. On RPL TV, everybody welcome Katia, aka Fabulous K. It's good to see you.
What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad you came.
Super happy you were here today to kind of just, network and talk about what we do and plan to grow and expand and do bigger things with our businesses, and just to share value to everyone that's watching.
Yes, y'all know on RPL TV, that's what we're here for, just to encourage people, show some love through all different type of aspects, but especially business. But first, we met through an event. There was a concert event, and when we met, you were actually dancing for the event. Is dancing something that you got like super serious with, like ever, besides doing events here and there? Like, you ever inspired to be like an actual dancer?
So growing up, I never got the privilege to actually take, the ballet classes or the salsa classes, where parents take their kids to like just take sessions and just on a consistent basis practicing. I was blessed enough to just have rhythm, and so I just pick it up.
Yo, facts.
I just hear the beat and I start, dancing, and I go with the flow, and it turns out to actually be pretty good. And some people think, I grew up dancing, and I didn't. It's just in my blood, and I actually just really love the expressive, idea behind music and just the dance that goes behind it.
Yeah, and it keeps you in shape too.
Yeah, there you go. It's like so many good things come from dancing, And so I just, I go with the flow, and it's something that now as an adult, I'll, here and there when I have a chance, I'll go take a dance class, because now I can take myself and I'm like, you know what? I want to do heels today, or I want to go salsa dancing or a hip hop class. And it's like therapy for me personally.
That's good. Which genre do you enjoy the most?
That's hard. I really kind of like everything. I love hip hop and R&B a lot.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I love salsa too, though. I love Spanish music.
No,
so
I see
love
the
everything.
post. Yeah, you be killing it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's dope. And you also model.
Yeah, so with modeling, I never thought I would do the things I got to do here in Florida. I was born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut, so
shout out Uptown.
Yeah, so there's not really much going on as far as production and the music industry. So
you mean there's not much going on here?
No, back home.
Okay, back home.
Bridgeport, Connecticut. For me personally, I felt like I was living under a rock.
Connecticut was good. Like,
I know. I could have been a star by now.
Nah.
No, so over there, I was living under a rock, so I never explored, these waters that I explored here in Florida. So when I first moved here, I got an Instagram, because I'm like, I don't know anybody. All my friends and family.
Wow, under a rock so much that you didn't even have IG.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, I had it, I just didn't use it as leverage, as a way to build and connect with
leverage,
people.
Telling you.
Yes, I just had it for like friends and family, and I'll post, pictures of selfies, like, okay, that's, whatever.
Yeah.
But like now, when I first moved here, I was like, I need to meet people. Like, I don't know anybody. I want to do stuff. I want to have fun. I want to grow. I want to try new things. So
how'd you get down to Florida?
My older sister, she had moved here.
Shout out older sister.
Yes, I love you.
Hey.
Because of her, I'm here where I am today. And honestly, I don't know where I would be if she didn't take that initiative to move herself. So she was my closest sibling, and we grew up together. But she moved here wanting to get away from, the cold and just...
The crime. No.
Yeah.
The cold. Facts, though. You want to get away from the cold?
She wanted something
Shout out Florida.
New. So she moved here. So I started visiting her, and I was like, dang, I should probably, one day maybe I'll move. I didn't really think it would happen, even though I considered it, because it was just so different to like back home. I didn't think I would adjust, the long drive distances, the tolls, the traffic. Those were all cons for me. But once I moved here, I started getting used to it, and now it's like whatever. And now it's like, okay, yeah, let's go for an hour drive.
No, that's what's up. How did you're doing hair? You're doing hair too, which is crazy. Telling y'all she does a lot, and that's dope. Were you using Instagram to put like some leverage into doing hair?
So before moving to Florida, I was a hairdresser for about 6 years. Overall, I went to a technical high school called Willard Havens, and they had a lot of trades you could choose from. We had to choose one trade. I think it was like 14 of different trades that I had to choose from. And I had early childcare, hairdressing, and bakery, or I think it was culinary that I had to
learn how to bake.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And so those were my top 3, and I was able to get into hairdressing. So I graduated at 17 with my license. So by 17, I was
17,
working.
That's dope.
Yeah, by 17, I had my cosmetology license, and I was working at JCPenney salon.
Ooh.
At the mall.
Yeah, I remember JCPenney. Shout out to.
Yes.
I remember going to Fashion Square. If y'all know about Fashion Square, it's deserted now.
Oh my gosh! Yes, cool. JCPenney still exists in some places. But that was my starting point, and then once I moved here, that's when it started ending for me as far as hairdressing, because I started tapping into new things. I wanted to explore more and do different things. I was just bored of what I used to do back home. I wanted to kind of explore.
Yeah, it seems like you're trying to do new things all the time. I don't know if you give yourself enough credit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I do.
You should. RPL TV, drop in the comments. I'm telling you, that's what's up. Because I did, I was doing sales. My boy roasted me. He brought up that I worked at Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, all right. Nah.
Oh my gosh. I've had so many jobs here in Florida. It's crazy.
And then barbering was the first thing. And then video. And then tried doing insurance, which is great money. You should do insurance. But I ended up picking up taxes. So, and now it's like, podcasts and music, and it's like all these things. So what I'm trying to say is like, it's a lot, and I admire that and give yourself credit for that. But what is it like for you to go into these different ventures? Like, do you have like any stumbling blocks transitioning? Does it all happen at once? Do you just go for it? Because now you're doing real estate, which is another big caliber of like finances.
Yes.
What is that like for you transitioning?
It almost always just happens naturally. It's hard. Every transition is hard. Moving to Florida was hard for me. But I did it, right? And I got over the first couple months when I was like, I couldn't sleep at night because I was like, it just didn't feel like home. So I guess I was just like, damn, like I really moved here, like, and I couldn't sleep. It's different to vacation, like, okay, I'm asleep.
Just looking at your roof,
I'm going back home, but like, yeah, it was just a totally different experience. And so every chapter in my life has been hard to transition into. But I'm definitely grateful for it, and I always end up picking it up. Like I get the hang of it, and then it becomes like a automatic thing. It's like repetitive behavior. Like it comes naturally after a while.
That's what's up. It comes naturally, guys. You see it here. That's that. I bring that up because a lot of people like are afraid to take leaps. Yeah. For you, it's natural.
For
no,
me,
I'm not messing, but
it is. I'm always so curious. I'm like, I wonder how that works, or like, I wonder, I always want to try something new. I love learning. I love self-development, and like everything I've done has built my character. I've learned things that no one can ever take away, that I carry with me everywhere I go. So it's like new sets of skills in every industry, right? There's different things that come together, and it makes me stronger in different ways. I'm able to relate more to different types of people.
That part.
Yeah, and I'm also able to kind of cater to different personalities or different mindsets. I'm able to have conversations with pretty much anyone because I've been in different positions, so I relate.
Networking game is on point.
Yeah.
That's good. No, I was telling someone the other day, I was like, it's so good to build relationships and take chances and go out and meet people. I know in this time, a lot of people like are afraid to go outside, whether that was COVID or being hurt from friends or, oh, I don't like my city, or I don't like the people, or someone had trauma through a situation. So it comes in different forms. But at the end of the day, you got to trust that, like, you got to trust that your work ethic of meeting people and building relationships will pay off.
Yeah, we
like
can't
in
block
the
our
end
blessings.
it will. Yeah, that's dope. So you're on social media doing a lot of content creating. We're gonna try to throw some things down with real estate and stuff like that. I really like that you're consistent on the post. It again, it shows boldness and like fear, being fearless, even though you're like, oh, it's so hard, or like, this is difficult.
I'm my worst critic.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there and then I'm like, should I take it down? But I'll leave it and just, I try to be raw and authentic because that's me, right? And so social media, you see a lot of people that seems to have the perfect lifestyle or the perfect
journey,
image.
Yeah.
And we're all humans. Like, we all go through stuff, and we have our rough days, we have our good days, we have our days that we feel like we're on top of the world, and then we have our low points. So I just try to be myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm being too vulnerable, but then I'm like, you know what, I'm human. It's okay to do that. And I want people to know that I don't have a perfect world. I don't have the perfect lifestyle. I'm working towards it. Every day I get up and I fight the odds. And I'm like, you know what? This is what I want. I have to make it happen. Nobody's going to make it happen for me. So, yeah, that's just... Bars. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's got to be fearless to be posting constantly. And even what you said about being vulnerable and trying to give them the raw and the authentic, like... A lot of people are afraid to post anything, you know what I'm saying? And I admire that, but like, what is something that like really, like, what drives you when you are down? Like, okay, today's not the best day. Like, what comes to mind for you and posting and be like, you know what, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna get this post up, I'm gonna put my business out. What pushes you to do that despite the odds?
Oh yeah. So I have no choice. I start praying because I grew up in church. So I'm a strong believer that there's a higher power, and we're all put through something for a reason. So I never try to feel bad for myself or anything that I've been through. I use that as strength to push me through the next day. Like, okay, something's got to come out of this. Like, if I'm going through this, there's a lesson behind this. And I try to find it and, cherish it and kind of take it to the next level instead of, sometimes it does knock me down. Sometimes I'll be on the low for months, couple months, and it's because I might be going through something. Just like anyone else, if they all of a sudden, they're not around, it's a good idea to check on them. You never know, like, people go through stuff in life, and life is hard. Like, everyone has different scenarios. Yeah. But again, I catch myself and I'm like, nope, gotta keep going, gotta keep pushing, gotta keep the mission going. Like, I have goals. I have something in me that wants to keep pushing content out for a reason. So I did it for a reason. I started this for a reason. I got to keep pushing through and continue to create content, even though I'm not too sure where it'll take me. But I know there's a lot of power behind social media and being able to share value with others. So
facts. No, you said a lot of good things, and I think what I like about you is that you're in a place, like you said, like kind of not going with the flow, but life does come at you. Like, things happen in life, and like, and the world is changing.
Yes.
And then as you grow and change, you're trying to like mesh with the world, and different desires happen and stuff like that. When you are in that downtime, and a lot of people feel this way. Some people don't go away for 2 months. People go away for 2 years, 10 years. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
what it takes a toll.
Yeah, and some people say stuck there. So if you could like maybe encourage someone out there or speak on your story, like, what is in those downtimes, like, what was the last thing you felt, God say to you, or like you felt in your spirit, like, to get up out of the zombie, mindset and be like, I'm going to go out there again? What is a theme or something that maybe you're living on, or that God has showed you in your time pursuing your journey?
I tell myself I cannot be a victim. You know, I can't have victim.
Going somewhere.
Yeah, I cannot stay in victim mentality. There's always someone out there going through something much worse. I woke up today. I'm alive. That's a blessing. I'm already blessed. I might not be where I want to be, but I know someone didn't wake up today. Someone didn't have a roof over their head today. Someone's car broke down, or they were in an accident. And, you know, there's just so much bad stuff that could possibly happen for me to be, like, you know, just sad and miserable for no reason. Like, it's not that it's no reason, but it shouldn't. There's no strong enough reason for you to stay on the floor feeling bad for yourself.
That's
like,
powerful.
You gotta get up and be like, I'm alive. It's for a reason. Go push.
Come on, somebody.
You go.
There's a world to see.
Yeah, you're on here for a reason, to make a difference, to inspire someone, or to help someone, or just be a lesson or learn a lesson. So, you know, that's what gets me going. I cannot I like to process my emotions and stuff, but I also tell myself, okay, that's it. Like, no one's gonna help me. I gotta help myself. I gotta show up every day for myself, because nobody knows what's in my mind. Nobody knows what I'm going through. Nobody knows how I feel. So I need to nourish that, you know, take care of myself, my mentality, my beliefs. What's in the mind is almost manifested. So I try to, you know, always be positive so that I can attract positivity, and so that I give off positivity. Because if I have negativity in my head, then I'm going to give off negative vibes. People are not going to like me. People are going to treat me weird. And you manifest what's in your head.
When we first met, you had such a, like, when we first met, it was like a joy about you. Like, when I met you, you're like, yo, what's up? You're like, I'm actually gonna be dancing, which I was like, okay, good, because now as the cameraman, like, when I get the concert, like, I know what I'm doing, but usually people aren't like that.
Yeah.
So I respect that, and, like, keep doing that, and because everyone is so easy to get negative. Yeah. Especially when you're in crowds or
weird, you know. Sometimes people get weird, and it's like, no, you set the tone, right? Everybody sets the tone. So the best way to do that is to be positive.
Set the tone, y'all. Set the tone.
Whatever the case may be positive about it. Like, whatever, it could be any situation. You set the tone. Be positive, and you'll get positivity out of it, and you'll experience something much nicer, much more real, more powerful, more memorable. If you're
taking initiative,
joyful and optimistic and welcoming, you know, you have to open those positive doors. Like, if you come off like, you know, I'm gonna dance today, and then I'm rude to you, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Yo,
you're probably like, oh, I don't like
facts.
Her. You know?
Bars, I'd be like, yo, Aunt.
Open the right doors and, you know, close the ones that don't.
That's good. I wanted to go back to the victim mentality, because that's powerful, like, to touch on. People, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, everyone's going through something. And here on RPL TV, you know, we want to get real and, like, you know, show people we're doing this, we're pursuing these different things, but, like, this ain't no joke. Like,
no.
You know, we have things from our lives
ain't
and our past. We have stuff that, and something's always happening, right? So as much as we're being optimistic and positive, there's always going to be the bump in the road, but you try your best to get back up, set the tone. When it comes to the victim mentality, like, what is that like for you, in a sense of, like, what would be the key factor of overcoming those thoughts? Or what would be your strategy, maybe even if it's practically? Like, what do you do things in your day-to-day basis that keep you on track and not go, oh, why me? Because that's usually the theme.
No,
I
actually be like, why me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do that first, and then
you should be like, why am I so dope? That we should change it up. Like, that should be the why me.
Exactly. It's almost like,
why am I so dope,
circle
God?
At the end. I'm like, why me? What did I do? Or, again, I evaluate the situation, like, and then I process my emotions. Like, okay, why did this happen? All right, how do I feel about this? Okay, now what? Do I have to apologize to anybody? Or does someone have to apologize to me? Or they might never apologize to me, so I need to forgive them regardless. You know, you kind of have to, like...
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. But, you know, in order for you to, again, attract good, you have to create good, right? And you have to have that, like, okay,
Don't repay evil with evil.
right,
Pay evil with good.
people go through things. Maybe they didn't know how to handle something at that moment, and they hurt my feelings in the process. Don't let it bother, I don't let it bother me. I do process it. It does, if it bothers me, okay, yes, it bothered me. I didn't like that. If I have the conversation with them, if we're cool enough, if it's still a good relationship to do so, I have it. If not, I process it, I let it go. And again, I look for the lesson or, the knowledge behind it. Like, what do I have to learn from this? What do I have to work on? What can I do better? How can I avoid this from happening again? Just finding solutions. Be a problem solver, not a problem creator.
Come on.
Yeah. That's the only way. That's the only way to not have victim mentality, is to be a problem solver. Because otherwise, you're going to be in the same situation.
Yeah, no, that's you're hitting on the head. And you mentioned something about people. We mentioned this a couple of times here, like, we're all going through something, right? And it's funny how other people will hurt you because they're going through something,
and they sometimes don't even know they're
and
hurting
they don't,
you.
and they don't even know how to deal with their own situation. Yeah,
and sometimes they don't even want to hurt you. They just don't know how to handle the situation.
Yeah, and we take it personal.
Yeah,
and I've done that before.
Thank you.
And it's like, you take it personal, it's like,
I've learned that's major. That's a major key right there. Don't take nothing personal. That's the best way to not be a victim. You answered it right there. Like, do not take anything personal.
That's tough too. Like, it's like, how do you not take it personal?
I mean,
she's like, don't you know?
But don't take it personal. It's not you. That's all you got to think about. Well, only if you know you're in the right place. Because sometimes, we're humans. We can mess up and say something out of place or do something that wasn't right. We first need to, again, reflect. Why is this happening? What did I do? Was it my fault? If it wasn't, then don't let it affect you. It's not you. It wasn't me. It's them.
That's good, because it happens all the time in business too, and trying to navigate, and from clients with hair to trying to get booked for dancing and modeling to doing real estate and having business partners. It's like, my person doesn't text me back enough, or I'm trying to communicate.
Yeah, that's very important.
It's like, well, maybe they're going through something, like,
or they're busy,
or maybe they just don't like you now. Maybe they are bad and you need to get out of there. But
in that case, go with your intuition, right? Do you know enough about the person to judge the situation? If you don't, then don't judge the situation. Because if somebody doesn't know me and they're texting me and I haven't responded, I'm here doing a podcast with you, right? They might be like, oh, she's being petty, or she don't like me, or
that's crazy,
I'm not cool enough, or she's too bougie. They could be saying so many different things, and I'm just genuinely busy.
You could respond. You could respond. Sorry, I was on a podcast, and they'd be like, "She's being petty." That sounds bougie.
Yeah, like it's.
Sorry, I was on a podcast getting interviewed.
Right, so it's all mentality. It all starts with the mentality. If you have the right mentality, then everything will go good. But people have to be more willing to put themselves in other people's shoes. Sometimes they get selfish and they just look at their world, what they want. And if it's not what they want, then everybody else is wrong and being mean or a-holes. Like, and
no, you're totally right. Or like, I feel like the world. This is funny. The world the world being against me, kind of. I feel like will never leave me in a funny way. Like thinking that someone's always out to get you, or like oh, like I gotta fight for something. I gotta fight for this purpose, and I say that as a joke in a sense of like, because the reality that it's not. Like you said, you set the tone. There are going to be problems, and you're going to want to fight for your purpose and say what you have to say and what you feel. And I think the hardest thing is having a balance of when to just let it go and when to be like, this is not worth it.
Well, when
some people drag it on, they live in it.
Well, when to let it go if it's affecting your daily life and your daily routines and your emotional patterns. Like, if you don't feel like yourself because of something or someone, then you have to let that go. Because anything interfering with your true self is not going to be healthy for you in the long run. So you have to be able to be yourself in every situation. That'll give you peace and happiness, and that'll keep you pushing forward instead of staying stagnant, stuck, or behind. So again, trust your intuition. Like, if it doesn't feel right, it's for a reason. Evaluate it, study it, try to create a solution. If not, let that shit go.
Yeah, that's important. No, it's important because a lot of us will live in our past or will live in this situation and it'll just drag out. And people on RPL TV, we got things to do. We got places to be. We got moves to make. You're creative, every single day of your life. One day you're probably like, oh, I love this. And the next thing you know, I love this more. Like, that's how I am. I'm like, one day I'm like, I love podcasts. No, I love music. No, I like videos. Wait, where am I? But I think the glory in that and like the beauty in that is that whoever's listening and watching, like that you're taking your chances and you're telling yourself that regardless of things in the past or things that I'm going through, trying to let go, I did let go. Despite all of that, there's always a mission and God always has that dope creative purpose like on your mind. I think every single day you should try to find the solution, navigate, and just go for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to add to that or... Well, let's do this. Because you got so many different avenues, right? What gives you the courage, like, to up your game up and be like, you know what? I've done all these things, but now I'm going for real estate. What gives you that bravery? Because that's a bold move, And nowadays, everyone's a barber, everyone's a tax agent, everyone does real estate, and it's like, yeah, but this is me.
I think it's an art. I think, especially for entrepreneurs, I feel like many of them have different avenues and different things that they enjoy to do. It's just in our blood. Is who we are. We like to try new things. We like to have different things going. So it's just out of curiosity. We want to learn more. We want to know what it's like, if we like it or not, if we have a passion for it. And for example, with real estate, I'm helping people. I like to help people. I like to help people with the process of finding their home. It's stressful. It could be very stressful. The process, the paperwork, finding the right home.
Yeah, house is so expensive now.
Yeah. Finding the right people to work with as far as lenders. Everyone works differently. So that also takes place into, okay, how successful is this process going to go? How smooth can it go if the right people's in it? So it's a lot. But again, it drives me because I know that it's a blessing to be able to help someone accomplish one of the biggest things in their life, which is to own properties. And even just one home, like that's the home that they'll build memories in with their family. Like, I never grew up in a home. I was always in apartments, from apartment to apartment. Wow. And I think that's also why I actually, it gives me a thrill. Like, I enjoy knowing, like, wow, this is their home. Like, they own this. Their kids have a home. Yeah. They're not out in an apartment in the hood, in the ghetto, not for nothing. But, it's just different. It hits different.
Yeah, we trying to get out the ghetto, you feel me?
We trying to grow. We trying to level up. Right. We want to have generational wealth. And
it's good. It's good.
And just strive for greatness. So, I didn't have that growing up, and I want to change that. So that's really what got me into real estate. I wanted something different for me and for my future and for my future family, because of, growing up and not having it at my feet. So now I take pride in helping others accomplish that.
That's good. Wow, I love that. You answered a question that I was going to ask about, like, your passion and why'd you start. Congratulations. Thank you. That's what's up. So with all these different avenues, jumping into real estate, what would be, like, example, I'm doing taxes, great money. Could I see myself doing this 10 years ago? Heck no. Would I do it for the rest of my life? Sure, if it's providing, but it's not really the end goal. What's your end goal? What's
crazy? A lot of successful people envision it first. And I'm starting to now practice that. Like, okay, I need to believe it and imagine it in order to achieve it. Because if I don't see it, then I'm not going to know how to create a map to get there. So I am still creating my path. You know, I'm still trying to paint the picture. As of right now, I'm switching that day to day. And I'm trying to be more organized as far as, okay, this is my plan. In a year, this is what I want to have accomplished by that time. And in 5 years, I hope to be here at this level with this amount of money. So I'm working on that currently. We're like...
I'm working on that. Loading.
So...
well, you like to dance and model, and sometimes I feel like that this stuff is cool, like trying to make bread and taxes real estate, but I want to rap, I want to do podcasts, I want to encourage people. So it's like I really agree. Would love to just do that.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself like modeling like as far as you can go?
Nowadays, I feel like anything's possible, so I'm not even stressing much. I'm like, as long as I'm my true self and I'm doing the best I could every day, something's going to give. And I'm not too sure where exactly I'm going to end.
Something's going to give.
Something has to. You know, if I'm in so many different avenues and I'm putting my all into it and I'm exposing myself, you know, as long as I'm consistent, something has to give. And, you know, again, I might do all of it. You know, I might be able to do all of it and build to the point where I have that freedom.
Like you said, owning different shops, hair shops.
Yeah, I
different real estate.
To have a hair salon and run it. I aspire to have a dance studio and run it.
Fire.
I inspire to have properties.
We're creating. And now it's coming out.
I want to create those things because those are my passions. I have more than one passion. And I love to see it. That's what gives me life. That's what gives me energy. That's what kind of resets my mind. And I want to be able to provide that for others. So I personally would love to be able to own things in all my different passions so that I am giving back to the community.
Yeah, like you said, that generational wealth. Mm-hmm. That's it. Residual income.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
So it's both. It's like killing two birds with one stone, you know, like I'm doing what I want and I'm also providing value to the community where hopefully, you know, they enjoy whatever business I own and they're getting good service while I'm still making income off of it, but also making someone feel good about themselves.
That's
the goal.
Yeah, you're doing hair for people, feel good about themselves.
They look good, they feel good.
You're doing real estate.
They're dancing, they're fit, they release energy.
Fit. That's what's up. So you're a giver. You definitely like giving back. And we need that. Men and women, your art and your ministry, your business, it's never about you. It's always about the people.
I've learned it's all about service.
Right.
Like it really is. Like everything in this world is service. We go eat, that's a
humbling.
service.
It's very humbling. You got to humble yourself.
Yes, I'm practicing how to be more humble. I feel like I'm humble, but I feel like I need to be more humble. So, you know, when we go travel, that's a service. Everything's a service. When we rent a house, that's a service. When we own a house, you know, it's a service to our own family. You know, like everything's a service. We're providing a service, value for someone else. And that's the only way I feel like to feel fulfilled inside, truly, at least in my opinion, for me personally. The best way for me to be truly happy, I feel like that's why I'm always so happy and bubbly and welcoming, because I feel like that's the best way to provide value to someone. Maybe someone's having a rough day.
Yeah, it is 100%.
And no one was there for them. So even me with a smile or just saying hi or having, you know, like a good energy, good attitude, and saying good morning or just being positive, I feel like I'm providing value to that person, whether they know it or not. But
That's
then
awesome.
then I could carry on with my day and know I did my part. If they didn't say hi, that's their problem.
Facts.
They could keep that negative energy over there.
Yeah.
You know, I did my part. I do my part, and that's all I can really
Yeah,
do.
you're scanning them. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, like I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
You're not reciprocating this energy.
Right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
You don't even know what's going on over here.
Then I'm out.
No, that's dope. Having that discernment is huge, right?
Yeah,
Having that discernment,
we also can't waste energy.
It's good. You did mention about social media. We were speaking earlier from transitioning through all the things that you're doing, but even with I think you were mentioning post and different the way women portray themselves on social media, from it being like maybe overly sexualized, or whatever the case is, of like women portraying themselves respectfully. Can you touch a little bit on that topic?
Yeah, for sure. I personally, everyone's their own, right? Everyone's their own self. Whatever they want to do, they can do, right? Everyone has different values. Everyone,
because that'd be the attitude.
yeah. Everyone has different values. Everyone grew up differently. You know, for me, I grew up in church, and so that's part of my persona. There's certain things that I just can't do because it just don't go with my values, and that's not how I want to be portrayed. But I'm not knocking no one else. Like, hey, if that makes you happy, if that's truly making you happy, if that gives you like the satisfaction, I feel that.
What's the switch for you of that mindset? In the sense of like knowing to
like
post, like going into real estate and being professional, because you could do you on the beach, you in a bikini, and people would think it's over sexualized, and you might not think, or you might think it is, but something clicks where you're like wait, I don't know if this, even if it does come off bad or not, I'm not sure if I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it still happens to me till this day, where sometimes I'm like, oh, is this too much? Or you know, sometimes I'll post it and I'm like, you know what? I know who I am, and that's enough. I know I don't post. This is not the only type of content I post, so I don't feel bad about it. Like, if I'm at the beach and I put up a bikini picture, hey, I'm human. I'm at the beach. I'm going to post it.
That's what I'm saying.
But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and try to be sexual. Like, my intention is never to be sexual, because I don't think that's just valuable for me. I want to be respected and just viewed as a person, not as an object. So, yeah, you know, I feel like my page will speak for itself, and my persona will speak for itself, and it's on the other person, you know, however they want to view me as a person. But I know who I am.
That's good. And the reason I mentioned that, because as a man, when we're on these social media apps, like, yeah, as a man, a lot of us are practicing naturally, unfortunately, to see women as objects, or to see women only for her photo and what she posts. So like, it is a psychological thing that happens to us men, and it is a deep conversation in a sense, like, oh, what is it like in the social media world? And I feel like sometimes a man, I do feel like, yeah, this is, sometimes I'm going through Instagram, I'm like, yeah, this sometimes could be over sexualized. Like, you could feel like, okay, like, and speaking to women, like, not trying to even get on women, but it's like, yeah, you got to be careful, because as a man, you could be like, oh, that I know that your page, that's all you offer is that.
Yeah, because they'll start judging you as a person based on
yeah, and if you want to do business and be an entrepreneur and stuff, it's like, yeah.
And yeah, that was another turning point too, because I used to do modeling, and so I had to create that balance where, like, you know, I want to stay professional, right? So that's why I have two pages, because I'm human, right? And I have all these different passions that, you know, one day I might want to post a picture in a bikini, but I don't want my clients to see that, right? That's not as professional. So that's why I have two different pages. I have my personal page where I can be myself, and then I have my business page where I'm fully professional. And so that's how I, you know, basically navigate it.
Yeah, and I do bring that up because I do feel like for some people it's all about trying to get into this. Like, for example, I don't really like wearing suits like all the time. Like, as a tax agent, I don't want to wear suits. I'm like, bro, like tank top, like bucket hat, like, let's go. Like, and so even for as a man, you know, like, you gotta like do certain things that you don't want to do, and obviously wearing a suit is not a big deal, but to the world. And sometimes, like, you don't want to care what they care about. You want to do you. But, like, sometimes it does come to a little reality
matters.
Where yeah, that's why.
And, you know, coming from where I come from, like, I didn't grow up seeing my family in suits, or I didn't grow up surrounded by people in suits. So for me, even when I started real estate, it was very hard. I'm used to being a model.
You know what I mean?
I'm used to wearing whatever I want. and being, happy about it. Like, I'm good. I don't care what people gotta think, like what they think of me. But
yeah, modeling is tough.
It's tough because business
hard.
is business, and so they have business mindset. They're not trying to be distracted by your outfit. They want to focus on the mission.
There you go. That's kind of where I'm going with this whole thing.
Yeah,
not
so
being
that
distracted.
just shows respect.
Yeah.
To get things done. Like, we're here for this. So it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. So we can't be too overly, chilling or sexy, or, we can't be out of code. Like,
yeah, I think some people would want to watch this and probably like maybe argue against, like, oh, what do you mean be yourself? Da, da, da. But I think, like, okay, but to each its own. At the end of the day, like, everyone has their...
At the end of the day, people do what they desire.
And I do believe trying to go the professional route, they're definitely, like... My brother's like, yo, cut your hair, bro. He's like, you cut your hair, you're going to get 1,000 more clients.
But that's what makes you different. So as long as you're wearing the suit, your hair don't matter. At least in my opinion.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have here in RPL TV, long hair forever.
Imagine, like, I have a lot of hair.
See, you know what I mean?
Sometimes that could look a little crazy or unprofessional because it looks messy. It could look messy sometimes, but that's just my natural hair. So at that point, people just have to accept you for who you are because you're showing up as the person that they need. So you as a person, they shouldn't be judging you. You're doing your part by wearing the suit. You're professional. You're doing your professional job. Now they're just judging you as a person.
Yeah.
And that's different.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
That's
I'm having a moment with my long hair.
That's different.
No.
You if your hair is part of who you are and that's what you want, that's who you are. That's what you want. That's what's gonna make you happy. Keep doing it. Don't.
Yeah, tax season comes is going up in the man bun.
Hey, do the man bun, but that sets you apart, and that's what makes you you. Yeah, that's what's gonna set you apart from other tax preparers.
And wow, I can't believe we're here talking about my hair, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to share this. It was for 4 years I didn't wear my hair down because it's like mad extra. I was like so extra. It's so loud. And I got the straight hair from my mama. Shout out my mama. And I was like, nah. And then this point came, and I was like, you know what? Bump this. I was like, I'm gonna do it anyways. And I wanted to challenge myself, and I challenged my viewers to the chances you take are even in the small things. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to be this big grand move of life. Sometimes those little steps get you to the bigger prize. And yeah, I think like it's just like it could be petty stuff. I tell people you can be different by changing maybe your outfits. Like you start to dress a different way, or you want to wear your hair down, or it got to be the small things. I feel like once you could accept yourself in those small moments, things start to like shift and change.
Yeah, it's like accept yourself and be yourself, but also attract what you want to attract.
Yeah.
So if your mentality is like business, for the most part, most business people wear suits. So you be yourself, keep your hair, do your bun, but wear your suit. You gotta be in the middle. If you like modeling,
you could cut my hair too.
Give you a little trim, you know what I'm saying? Free 99, you
good? Free 99.
But if you want to be a model, you gotta do what models do. So you have to be what you want to be. And that's the only way to go around that.
Dang, we could wrap it up here. I commend you. It's been super dope.
It's been so long since we last spoke. Thank you for reconnecting.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate it.
Maybe you could plug in Instagram, social medias if you want for the camera. I'm gonna have them in the bio.
Okay, yeah. So my personal page is Fabulous K, and that's Fabulous with 3 S's _ K with 3 Y's. 3 is my favorite number.
Dope.
So I did 333. And then for real estate is Katia _real estate. That's Katia, my first name. And that's how you guys can connect with me. And you can put the handles there too.
That's what's up. Thank you again, Katia. I appreciate that.
Thank you guys for watching.
Here at RPL TV, y'all here first, man. Go after your vision. Go after your dreams. Don't hold back. Katia's doing so many different things. I hope she's an example to men and women watching that, if things switch up and things change, all good. You're pivoting. Keep working on yourself. Forgive others. Shed love. Set the tone. Be positive. And lastly, here on RPL TV, again, 1st and the 15th, we're dropping a song every single month. That's 2 a month. We got vlogs, hopefully more podcasts to be coming, and different devotions and things that I want to share with you guys. So again, Katia, thank you so much for being here. Y'all heard it here on RPL TV, and we're out. Peace.